Woo! Woo! Welcome to the Fine Can Ranch. Something just happened to my voice. Cedar Creek Lake, Texas. Before I show you what I want to show you, I do want to go over the importance of, seriously, when you get a new air gun, get all the manufacturing stuff out of the barrel. Because this is what I pulled out of this one last night. Another good example right here. I mean, get that over kind of close. You know, I did this using some fishing string and things like that. Yeah, but it's very important you do that before you use your new air gun. I mean, it's just terrible. It really is. The stuff that's left in there from manufacturing will really affect your accuracy. Because I've read a lot of reviews where they said, well, you know, I don't like it, you can't hit nothing. So it makes you wonder, did you take care of it before you shot it? I mean, I don't know. At any rate, getting on to what I want to go on today. I've kind of reviewed this gun already, but I want to re-review it because the original one I had, it snapped at the trigger. And I bought it used, and, you know, that's what happens. You know, that's the risk you take. And I shot it several times before that happened. So I'll probably have to get a hold of the company and see if I can just buy the whole trigger mechanism and change it out. But in the meantime, what I want to show you, it's a little confusing, we'll get over it, is the Hatsan model 125, Hatsan model 125 Sniper Vortex QE. And this is a beast of a gun, it really is. And I got it in 25 caliber, just like the original one I had. I know it can be had in 22 also. I went to Air Gun Depot, you didn't have a choice. You either got the 22 or you didn't get anything. So my little trigger thing kind of broke right in there on my old one, and it'll have to be replaced. So we'll go down it this way. Pretty much the same story the other way. These guns are manufactured in Turkey, by the way. And we'll come down it, and we'll come down it, and we'll go back down it, and then this looks remarkably kind of like the camo one I did just the other day. So what we have here is the Hatsan model 125 Sniper Vortex. In 25 caliber, they say it does about 850. In 22, they say it does about 1,000 feet per second. So the overall length is 48.8 inches. The barrel is 17.17, and it weighs a whopping about, depending on which one you read, 9 pounds and 9.5 pounds. It's a very heavy gun. It does come with a Weaver 11 millimeter dovetail type scope mount, and it does come with a 3x9 by 32 scope, Optimus scope. Now this does have the automatic safety. In this case, it's a little trigger thing that you pull back, or I guess you can't pull it back unless it's caught, or you can't do your thing unless it's caught, but it's in fire mode now. You pull that back and it's ready to go. What else are we going to tell you about it? This does have a gas piston to it. Still has a heck of a recoil. I'm here to tell you this is a lot of gun right here. It has the SAS shock absorbing system in it. You do have a adjustable cheek piece. I can show you on this side. You can loosen those two screws right there and move that cheek piece up and down. It does have the Quattro 3-point trigger on it. I'll show you something about that. And it does say it has a compensator / muzzle brake. I still think it's a little loud. Now I want to show you a few things that come with this gun. You get in this bag. I haven't even opened it yet, so bear with me. I'm not as nimble as I used to. I'm not a lot of things like I used to be. You get 3 different stock spacers. so you can adjust your stock out according to where you think your pull's a little better. Make it a little easier for you. You get 3 of those. I have never used those yet. I didn't use them on the last one. I don't even think I got them with the last one. I don't remember. You'll get this, make sure I don't drop anything here. You get this neat little tool right here, which is really good for, comes with it. And you can see where it'll fit right in there. And loosen those up or tighten them or however you want to do it. And for raising, lowering your cheek piece, you can use it to lock down your scope. And we'll get to that part later. And then it also comes with your wrench to mount your scope with. And it also comes with a couple of extra wrenches like this to adjust your trigger with. And I wish a lot of air gun companies would follow suit on that. A lot of them got very small screws and you got to get it down through that hole. And you don't just go to Walmart and find a real long, thin screwdriver for that purpose. So I've learned over the years that if you have air guns, as much as I've done with them, I've got like a little toolkit built up for doing various things. Now, I tried really hard. I'm not lying to you. I wasted I probably wasted easily 70, 80 shots trying to hit a pickle bottle lid with this thing. And I did it twice. This has got a very light trigger to it, the way I got it. So we're gonna go down the gun real quick and show you what we have. We've got a nice ventilated butt piece right here. It works very well. I guess if you want to put the spacers in, I would imagine they're going to go, back into this area. I didn't use them. And then you got that infused rubber gripping right here. Infused rubber gripping right here. It's really got good grip to it. Just like the other gun, I haven't done it yet, but I am going to break this all back down, pull these screws out, put some Loctite on it. These have a very ingenious method of locking that stock down. And I took one apart before, and it's a little tricky, but once you learn how to do it, and you don't let anything fall out of this end, you're going to do pretty good. You just got to experiment with it. It's got very good true glow fiber optic sights. Yeah, we get a lot of noise around here. Yeah, for elevation and windage. Unlike my last one, you do have the true glow up front, but it is not hooded. That's kind of a disappointment to me. So this is a lot of gun. 25 caliber hits pretty hard, and I feel fairly confident about making a shooter review of this. I'm gonna try a couple of things as this uploads, but I like it. I mean, it folds up pretty quick. I don't have to lean in quite as far to get my eye relief on this scope, and it's much, much clearer. So it's the same scope. Oddly enough, it feels like the other one had metal scope caps, whereas these are plastic. To be real honest with you, I would like to see this with some UTG mounts and maybe drop a Mantis scope on it. I think that would go a long way. So there you are. It's the Hatsan Model 125 Super 125 Sniper Vortex QE. And it's when you make one of these hits, and I mean it takes a lot of practice, at 22 or 24 yards or whatever, to knock one of these out with just your elbows rest on your knees, no shooting table or nothing. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of steady. And I like to went heap last night trying to hit that thing, and I finally had to give it up and work on the car for a while. I got one of the coil packs set up, and then when I got to the other side, I have some somewhere. I don't know what I did with them, some swivels. I'm gonna see if I can get the other side in a day. and get it buttoned up. I think I have another problem with that. So what happens when you buy something used? So I'll try to get that done. I'm going to try to get the bike out today, things like that. And so we'll get a shooting together. You know, I'll tell you one thing. A friend of mine's dad once told me the definition of an engineer is someone who designs something they don't have to work on. And that's a fact. An engineer is someone who designs something they don't have to work on. And when I got to the driver's side of the car, you know, right on the money there. So I'm gonna have to use some stuff out of the way, but we're gonna get a shooting video put together on this. Wow, must be all the smoke or something. And then we'll get it going. We'll get this one posted, and we'll be right back with you.